Yo, what's up, everybody? I go by the name Mystro, aka Fireboy, and right now you're watching Factory 78 TV. Don't go nowhere. Ra- Great meeting positive people around. Last week I was at the Nigeria UK station, and I was so grateful to God because people turned out, and for the first time in the UK, I feel so honored, and big shout out to all the DJs in the UK. God bless you, and of course, media, interviews and everything. So it's been great. It's been a great experience for me. The first son of General Buba Mara, his name is Abiz. Big shout out to Abiz. It was in the studio that I just came back from the UK, and somebody was suggesting Dynamite Kid. So at that point, I wanted to go down with that, but then he just said, "No, this guy has got skills with orchestra and directing and everything. Let's give him." He just called the name Maestro, and that one sticked. And if not for Abu, I would have been called Dynamite Kid like that. So yeah. Abuja is no offense, but Abuja is a boring place when it comes to social life and everything. But then I try to keep myself updated, in touch with you know updated music, internet, and everything. So growing up was cool, But then personally, I'm very curious. I like to just know things. So I most of the things I know today, by the grace of God, I learned it's like a self-taught thing. So yeah, it's been Abuja was cool growing up. Back in Abuja, I used to after school I used to work with a paramilitary band. I was a paramilitary man actually, and I used to work with a band. So that was where I had the idea of military music. So after then, I decided that okay, I can't. It is very difficult to merge these two together. Work in the military and do my stuff musically. So I told my mom, "Mommy, I need to just. I don't know what I'm going." I got to Lagos with just my passport in my pocket to the street of Lagos, and from then God started open ways. It was hard, trust me, it was hard. But then I met people. People crossed me a lot, But then after a while, God started doing his thing. So big, big. I'm so grateful to God for where I was, where I am, and where I'm still going. You don't know. The first big artist I first worked with was Iyanya, definitely. Iyanya is a great guy, and I owe him things, a lot of thanks every day, every day. He knows. He's a good friend. He's a big brother to me. We first worked 3 years ago there about on a song. He heard my song in Ukraine through a friend called Alex, and he called me from there. He went there for a show, and he said, "Yo, what's up?" He followed me on Instagram and sent me a message. "Yo, I should come through." I went to him. I met him with Ubi, and we did a song. I wrote a couple of songs in the album too as well, and produced some song for him. So big shout out to him. Yeah. I hear this question a lot, but then personally, I will consider myself as a musician. I like to be seen as a musician. Anything music, whether production or writing or singing, just you see Maestro there. What makes a good producer basically is how far you can think, you know, your difference. There are a lot of producers out there, but what makes you different is how well you can think. So it's not about the kick and snare anymore. It's about how much you can make your snare. If it's just the snare only in the song, how well can you use it? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay, so far, by the grace of God, I've worked with people like Casey, Iyanya, Song, Skiibi, Davido, Lolare, Orezi. Yeah, I worked with Skiibi and Ricardo on the song called London, and Chidima, King Wasiu, and Masha. Yeah, for now. So the most interesting or biggest project I've worked on so far, it's gonna be with King Wasiu and Masha and Davido. Um, I just learned that no matter what, somebody's looking at you, somebody's watching you. So just keep doing your stuff. I met Kwam through Bankuli, my manager. Big shout out to Bakuli on that. And I didn't know it would happen. So I just went in. I was because it was one of my mentors, and musically, and Bakuli threw the song at him and said, "Okay, Baba, this guy is dropping." I already shot the video. That's the funny thing. I shot the video and did the song mix and mastered. He heard it for the first time and he was like, "Yo, I want to be on this song," and he did. And Davido too as well. I sent it to Bakuli. Bakuli is full of surprises, so he just took me out and we went to Davido's house. And Davido was about to take his bath when he heard the song. And I was like, "What?" Open it. I'm always in my studio, so open this project. I'm working on this song. And we did it. So big shout out to Davido on that. Davido is he's a cool guy, and yeah, thank you so much. Well, no regret so far. But then if I will start my career again, I would really want to be strictly a soul artist because I like music for the soul. I like my traditional, acoustic, with the medium band, the violin, the acoustic bass, that kind of music. I really want to go back to real music. I mean, everybody's making music right now, but there's still some music that is straight to the heart, not the beat. Yeah, though you can do it both of them and call it heartbeat, but there's some music straight to the heart. So I really want to go that way. Yeah, so you know how Nigeria is. You have to just be updated because you know how it is. There are a lot of artists and producers out there. Trying one or two stuff. To just be out there. So you don't have any trust and to be updated. You have to just know what's going on. You have to know what's trending. And you fuse yourself into it. Yeah. So I tried as much as possible to be um in every topic. And as a producer and as an artist, I try to, even in my music, you hear it. You hear modern stuff, you hear old school, you hear what is happening and what will happen, the futuristic music. Yeah, so um, I started producing when I was like 12 year old. I've always had ear for beats. So I always in my house I always knock the side of the bed, and my mom would shout at me, "Stop disturbing the house." And neighbor would. At first, my mom didn't want me to do music. I didn't mention that because she's the school type. You must go to school, and sometimes I even fly the window to go to shows and live band. But then at the point, I was on TV one day, and she saw me. That day, I knew I would be in trouble. I'm in trouble, so I was coming home to for a beating, for a whooping. So I got home and I've never seen her so proud of me. And since then she allowed me to do my stuff. So I started producing all those while I got into it professionally in Abuja. And yeah, so I started meeting people. I met Terry G back then. I met Charlie Boy back then. Yeah, so at a point I write for people. I produce stuff for people, and I felt okay. You need to do your stuff. You need to show people that you can do this thing. Not just writing for people. So I want to express myself. So I just decided to switch. But I'm still producing though. But I know how to produce. But I'm an artist. I'm a musician. Mystro is a musician. I like to be seen as a musician. Ah, man, I'm gonna be successful. I know that for sure because I'm different. I'm confident in myself. It doesn't really matter what I pray for every day when I wake up is the grace, to God, for God to give me the grace to be different. I know there are a lot of big people, so talented people, but when you have that grace, you stand out, and that's what I always pray for every day. So, by the grace of God, I'll be successful. Just watch out. In this life, in this life, if you have never felt that, if you have never felt like to quit, then you're not doing the right thing. There's so many times that I wake up and feel like, oh, Maestro, just go back to school, or just do something else, apart from music. But something keeps telling me, reminding me the reason why I started in the first place. That's the passion that I have for my music, and why I need to go on. So trust me, I always have that feeling to quit sometimes, but it still reminds me that I'm doing the right thing. If you don't have that feeling. Trust me, bro, you are not doing the right thing. So yeah, by the grace of God, it took me at least that's a big question. It took me a lot of years because it is challenging in the first place to even get people to listen to your stuff. It's really really a challenge back home, and yeah, big shout out to Bankuli. I met Bankuli. I used to work with Godwin Tom, and after then I worked with Bankuli, and my life started changing, and I started people started giving the attention people say I deserve. And I met people, people started listening to my stuff. I started getting numbers and stuff. So I think so far it's like this is the second year that things started changing for my music, my career. Okay, no offense, but I've been in relationships with girls and stuff, and most of them ended because I'm too I'm a I'm a workaholic, so to say. I like what I do. I like, and I don't have time. I'm working on that. But then, I'm just too passionate about what I do. When I'm in the studio, I don't pick calls. I start my studio session with prayers, and I do not get distracted. I try as much as possible not to get distracted by anything. So I'm so trust me, I'm so dedicated to what I do. um, One thing I always thank God for is my mother. My mother has been my backbone. She's like default reminder whenever I try to just think that okay, things are not going well in my life, and whenever I don't even need to call her. She just have that feeling and call me and say, "Yo, you're gonna make it. You're gonna be a big businessman, musically and business wise and stuff." So big shout out to my mom, Yashego. Watch out. Um, when I've not finished working or when it finished on my work or my project, I try as much as possible. Sometimes I travel. I take time out to get away from my environment, to just have a new feel. So I get it done fast because sometimes you get head blocks about creativity and everything. You don't. Sometimes in the studio you don't even have anything you want to sing because your head is blocked. It happens to everybody. So some stuff times like that I travel or I take a time out and I get it easier that way. Personally, I just feel that I'm here to touch lives, positively. If my music is not, I get DMs, even though I'm not where I'm going yet. um, at least right now, I still get DMs, messages from people. Like some days ago, I got a message from somebody that saw my music on a sick bed like 3 years ago, and she was like, since then she's been following me up, and she's so amazed at the level I am today. Just little stuff like that get to me, and I really I think I'm doing the right thing. I'm basically here to touch lives, to make positive impact on people, to inspire people. And if I'm not doing that, then if anybody's not doing that, then you're not doing the right thing. You're not using your music well. So you have to set a pace. You have to set a standard for on how your music is going to affect lives. Okay, I have a studio in my bedroom that I work with. It's sometimes I finish up my work there. Basically, sometimes it doesn't really matter the studio. It's just about who is working on it. But then it is proper to just do your stuff. Maybe whichever way your mobile and take it to a master studio, like a master big studio to finish it up. So that's like my thoughts right from time. You do back home we are the mobile type. When we work, all the hits you're hearing in Nigeria from Whiskey to Davido, trust me, is mobile, and that's like a big plus to us. But then it can be better. It's a process, from going from mobile to a master studio like this. Yeah. No matter the artist, right from the onset, you need to have a very very qualitative studio. Is very important because if you don't have a good studio, you're not going to have a good sound. If you don't have a good speaker, you're not going to have a good sound. If you don't have a good microphone, you're not going to have. So right from personally, I try to go for the best. Sometimes my pocket money that I'm supposed to use for my food or anything. I buy gadgets with it online and stuff. So I think it's very important for artists and producers to know that, man, you need to be in a good studio or a proper environment, a musical proper environment to get proper sound. My I have a motto that I say, my studio time is my best time. I don't joke with them, even no matter how small it is. Here in the UK, I think it's by an hour, by hour, hourly people work, but in Nigeria, we work. A session is like 8 hours, so that 8 hours, you can even do like one album. You try as much as possible to do that in 8 hours, but then it is very important that you have, of course, you don't. I don't rush my stuff. Sometimes I work on just vocals for like 2 weeks, just the vocals, and kit another 2 weeks. It's important you take your time. I was speaking to Davido sometimes, and he told me it was the last. In fact, it was the mixing and mastering day that they got the last sound for Davido. Chan 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 chan. You never can tell when that sound will come that will make the song. So take your time. Yeah. Oh well, that was a funny and an amazing experience for me because I didn't really go there for signing. I went for an event, a show in Joburg, for the Africa Days concert. I performed alongside a big African artist. It was a huge honor for me, and that was like the biggest stage I've ever performed because it was huge with a live band of at least like 20 people on stage, percussions, live horns, and everything. So I didn't know that the the directors were in the crowd. So after the show, I did my song Awele. After that show, after the performance, they had to call me. My manager, they spoke to my manager. They need to meet me for a listening session. So I quickly ran to my hotel. It's not far from the venue. I went to my hotel, pick up my laptop, and went there. And they were amazed with the sound they were hearing, and we got signed the next day. So it is an amazing experience for me. Big shout out to Sonny ATV. This question I don't even like to answer it because I like to give it to my friends. My friends are like my biggest fans. Well, the first beat I heard was was a very very old song. I couldn't remember, but my friends just called me like, "Yo, go to 90 Kini for something on radio." I'm like, "What's going on?" Just the beat. They just said Mystro on the beat, and everybody went crazy, and I felt really really proud of myself where I was at that point, and it's a great privilege for me to even listen to my stuff on radio. It was great. Ibo, yes. So I dropped Ibo, and I just put it. That's the power of social. I mean, internet. I just put it online, and 3 years later, thank God for people like Mr. Larry Davis. Big shout out to Mr. Larry Davis and a lot of friends then, and it went viral. Now I'm on 1.8 million views on Spotify. I had like 54,000 monthly listeners for just Ibo. It went viral in Sweden, Europe, and it was crazy. I was sometimes I wonder, are you sure this is my song? And right now I'm in the UK. I'm planning to shoot a video for it, and yeah, of course, stuff too. But then I don't want the Ibo vibe to die. I still want to do more in it because I didn't really think that song would do any justice. Trust me, I just put it. I don't do that to myself. I just when I record a song, I don't put my mind. I just feel like okay, on to the next. Stuff like that. So, but right now, I think I want to just work more on Ibo and of course, do more stuff. Yeah, new project. I'm working on my EP. I'm dropping next year. I produce like all the songs on Kwam One's EP. EP. He's dropping a 5-track EP soon, and that's like a huge privilege for me and platform, And yeah, I've got a song with Simi. Big shout out to Simi. I have a song with a lot of people. So next year, and videos. And my next single is called Shile. I'm shooting here in the UK too as well. So yeah, a lot of stuff and before the album, but right now just singles, giving them and show love. You can follow me on my Instagram page, Mystro Official. It's spelled Mystro then official. On Facebook, same thing, Mystro Official. On Snapchat, Mystro Music Live. Follow my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube page, Mystro Vivo. Spotify, iTunes. Go check my stuff out. I have a song with Davido, by the way, called "It's a Vibe." Go check it out. Check Aibo out. Check my next single out, Shile. Watch out for it. Thank you for having me. God bless you. Thank you for showing love, the continuous support. Thank you to Factory 78. They've been like my backbone for a long time. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm speechless. But God bless you. Big shout out to Shubsy, my big bro Shubsy, Big Outlook Bankuli. God bless you for your support. Thank you so much. Peace out.